I don't know, it's kind of weird. Most of the time, games, you're just playing them, you're just killing time. But Mass Effect series is different. Now, people think, oh, it's just games, it's just fun, it's nonsense. Most of them are, actually. But with this one, it's a story. I really don't even care about the gameplay. If it was a book, I would have read it. If it was a movie, I would have watched it. But what I'm saying is, it's an amazing story, and it did impact my life, because I think about some of the moral choices that the characters have to make, just the character interaction in general, and, it makes me reflect on life and the universe and all that kind of stuff. It's deep shit, play it.
Okay, specifically, what kind of philosophies were you introduced to through this game?
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint. Okay, so you already know, because I was telling you about something I'm writing right now. Weird sci-fi thing. I find it really interesting. The sentient life. Now, bear with me. Like, say, I don't mean like Terminator shit. Like, I'm talking about like, say, sometime in the future, people build AIs, robots that learn to think for themselves, and they're completely, autonomous. Like, what point do you classify something as alive if it can think on its own and ask these questions, and how would people treat them, stuff like that, and it sounds silly, but I feel like it's a reflection of things that people go through or have gone through in our society, different segregation and of groups and whatnot, and treat oppression and all that. It's kind of along those same lines, like how does that play out? And that's a very big theme, not it's just a little part of the entire thing, but that was a philosophy that really hit something. So
the ending to this trilogy was rather controversial, wasn't it?
yes.
Now, what did you think of the ending?
The controversy is in the gameplay, not the story, actually, because throughout the entire series, you're making choices and your save files are different. I could be playing. You've actually played it. We've had completely different stories by the time the series ended for us, because we did different things. We talked to different people. We saved different people. Different people died in our universes, and that really changes how your character develops and all the characters develop. But the fact was, all these hundreds of choices that you made to make your experience unique. At the end of the game, it came down to 3 choices, which were kind of in this, the same thing. They're all the same ending. There wasn't really much choice there. Nothing you'd done in the previous games had mattered. After investing so much time in actually caring for these characters and all these people in the game, it sounds silly, but you're left with nothing. And then, kind of leaves an empty feeling.
What sort of impact did the ending of Mass Effect 3 have on you?
Well, I was sort of an emotional wreck after it. I cried for a couple of days after because it was awful.
And what did you think of the ending of Mass Effect 3?
Give me a second. Shepard wins, right?
I have no clue if they'll, surprise you guys were right, this was the ending, we were playing it the entire time, kudos for figuring it out, here's the actual fucking ending. Everyone in your class is gonna think, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?